viewpoint statements or beliefs expressed on the following program by the host, guests, or callers are not necessarily the opinions of FantasyAccess.com, Media Group Inc. ownership, management, sponsors, or website.
The Big O Radio Show is brought to you by HialeahParkCasino.com. Enjoy simulcast racing, dining, a magnificent poker room, and a casino with the most popular machines on the market. OKCoin.com. Download the app on iOS, Google Play, or Windows. OKCoin.com with over 50 different coins and incredible staking rewards. Pallet Rack City. There's only one place to find the finest racks in the business. Pallet Rack City. 305-424-8547. That's 305-424-8547.
When it comes to South Florida sports teams, very few in the media have witnessed, lived, and covered it like the Big O. Let's start the program dedicated to your favorite South Florida teams with a passion that's unmatched. The Big O Radio Show is on. Here's the Big O.
Good afternoon. Well, it depends on where you're at. And we are on the air. Did not expect to do a show today. Did not count on doing a show today. But, last night, you watched that game last night. And that performance that I never expected after watching these guys limp in the last couple of games and lose the last couple of games. And I turned to my wife and I said, I know there's nothing locally that's going to go on. Heat fans have nowhere really to go. And so I said, nobody's going to give them a live program and be able to take their comments and all that kind of stuff, right? So, I mean, really, we're the only outlet that's truly dedicated to South Florida sports. And I said, I feel compelled. I have to do some. We're not going to do a long show today. We're not going to be on for 3-4 hours and all that stuff. I got the wife making me some honey and lime right now as we speak. So I'll have a little bit there of the lubrication to make sure that the engine is working well. But man, last night was one of the greatest performances in Heat playoff history. Period. I'm not telling you it's the most important performance. It's the biggest win in playoff history, this, that, whatever. But when we talk about a team that had their backs against the wall, they were clearly not the better team. The Celtics are the better team. They've got the better talent. And then on top of all of that, you're injured. And we're watching Jimmy. He can't even drive to the hole in the last two games. How in the hell are they going to win? You know what I mean? Even Lowry, which I think they're making a little too much of Lowry's performance because it was 5 of 14 is not impressive, but he got 4 of 9 from three-point range. So, whatever. But, I mean, he had 10 assists too. But he helped out. Him and Strus, at least, they didn't shoot at a great average, but they helped. There's no doubt about it. But, man, what a performance by Butler, because that's just something it's hard to imagine. The way he was playing, he was on one leg. And you're wondering, how in the hell is it going to get any better 36 hours later? It could only get worse. The man played 40 minutes on those legs 2 nights ago. And somehow or another, that cliche that we laugh at, well, they're going to dig deep down inside and they're going to find a way to get it done. And, that's the bullshit that we feed ourselves as fans. You know what I'm saying? And obviously, I was not buying it. I thought they were cooked. Unfortunately, I thought they were cooked. And I'll admit, even the first half, I'm like, wow, this is great. I hope they can hang on, but something tells me they'll run out of gas because it's such a hell of an effort. And Boston did take, for a short moment, they took a lead too. And Miami was able to recapture the lead, and then just finish off the game. And you just got to tip your hat, man. And you got to admire the will, the determination, and I get that. Yeah, I saw Doris Burke's video and I posted it on my Twitter feed, and how she likes, hey, you all maybe get tired of hearing about this heat culture thing and you don't believe in it and all that stuff. And it's true, right? And she was saying that's what you saw last night. And it was just wow. Just one of those Rex Chapman 39 points. You know what I'm saying? It's watching Michael Chang overcome Yvonne Lendl all cramped up. It's just one of those moments in sports when a team, a player is at a deficit and they find somehow the gumption to go out there and overcome and in the worst odds too. You know, when LeBron did it, he was healthy, right? He's a vibrant player at that point, and the team was in good shape. And they went into Boston, and then that was his graduation. That was when he put on his cap and gown, right? Remember? But he was healthy. These guys were all beaten up, man. And to go in there, I'm amazed. I'm amazed. I had a big old smile on my face for the rest of the night. I was just sitting there going, wow. You know, they must have had 5 Alarmos out there or whatever, but Alarmo must have taken over. They must have gotten on, put on that suit, and somehow or another they were able to deflect with that shield everything that was going out there. Lift that shield. Lift that shield. Give them praise. I mean, just amazing. I can't say enough about Butler. And you know, some of you still fight this whole thing about, you know, him being a superstar, because I was doing it. And that's a superstar. That's what a superstar does. And I know he's, you know, the problem with Butler now, he's really not your traditional superstar where the offense comes a little easier. His is more blue collar. But the impact, I mean, ladies and gentlemen, if they win on Sunday, in the Jimmy Butler era, they've gone to the NBA Finals twice. How is that not a superstar? Now, does he have enough help around him? Well, the first go around, Bam got injured and Dragon got injured, and that really hurt that team. And on this go around, they're not really going to go in early. If they win on Sunday, they're not really going to be incredibly healthy either. But I mean, that's what superstars do. You need a big game, and somehow or another, the guy overcomes injury. Think about that. He overcomes injury. He overcomes wear and tear, because we all know Tom Thibodeau has put mileage on that body. Not just the playing time, it's the practice time too. And somehow that guy finds a way to overcome. It is so impressive. Really is. Now, here's the other thing that you got to see from all of this. And here's a big picture thing. So Jimmy Butler gets the call from Dwayne Wade. And Dwayne says to him, you know, you can do this. Yeah, your knee's hurting, but you can go out there and get it done. Continue to build your legacy, he says. Okay? Got the secret weapon. The wife just brought it. So it says continue to build your legacy. And that hit him, obviously. And that's what he did last night. He made, it's what I told you now, that if you're still not thinking he's a superstar, you got to stop already. You look, when you're wrong, take the L. Okay? I know my boy Omar will never take an L, but you got to take the L. Because I was like you. I was saying, oh, he's an all-star, not a superstar. When you do shit like this is superstar stuff. But we have to get past the whole thing. He's not Kareem superstar where he has the hook. He's not Steph Curry superstar where he can shoot a 37-footer effortlessly. He's not the superstar Magic Johnson that is the greatest passer in the history of the game, that no one has ever had the vision that Magic Johnson has ever had on the court. I get it that when we see a superstar, we expect Michael Jordan to be soaring through the air. And so we expect a certain skill set to be there that makes you just, hey, you're Shaquille O'Neal. Your size and athleticism is sick. I get it all. I get it. Jokic, you're just like a big giant point guard. I get it. I understand that everybody has this. Kevin Durant, you're 6'10", you play like a guard, you dribble like a guard, you can spot up and shoot and all. You're a freak. So we're so used to our superstars being that freak at some point or something in their game, right? Walter Payton, Jim Brown, Patrick Mahomes, Aaron Rodgers, guys look like freaks. Jimmy's a different kind of superstar. Jimmy's not the guy that's going to be shooting effortlessly. Jimmy's not the guy that's going to soar over you. It's just not that guy. But he's the guy that's going to find a way to score. He had 4 of 8 yesterday from three-point range. You and I know he's not a three-point shooter. Never has been, never will be. Okay? Completely opposite of the 7-Up commercial. Well, actually, it's the same. Never had to, never will. Yeah. Actually, Jimmy Butler is 7-Up. Never had to, never will. So, you don't want him shooting threes. Yeah, yesterday. Yesterday, those direct shot threes were going in. There's no arc, bro. Have you noticed it? It's like, cock, cock. It's funny. But mother effer, it's about scoring. Last time I checked, it said 47 points, right? How do you score 47 points if you're not a superstar? You know what I mean? So he goes through you because he has these clamps for hands, these vice grips, I don't know what the hell he has in his hands. Okay? Like he can go through all traffic and you're not knocking the ball out of him. Maybe that's his superpower. His strength, his heart, his determination, his character, his leadership. We gotta, that's what it is. And so he cements his legacy with a performance that is godlike last night. Because only superstars can dig deep down inside and overcome an injury and find a way to lead your team. You saw Joel Embiid, broken face, broken thumb, man still playing because he's a superstar. And we got to give it to him, man. And when it comes to this whole legacy thing now, here's what I want to ask. So Jimmy Butler sets a hell of an example. Dwayne Wade says, you can do this. Continue to grow your legacy. Did it last night. Here's what I ask now. Bam Adebayo, you're on the same team. You're watching that guy. What about your legacy? Jonathan Huberdeau, Sasha Barkov, what's your legacy? All of you are younger. All of you are healthier. All of you have less mileage than Jimmy Butler. But all 3 of you combined don't have his superstar heart and determination, fight, leadership, will. Some people will not be negated. I love those kind of people. I had a heavy discussion with Omar yesterday on the whole Kaepernick thing. Because for me, Kaepernick's nothing but a quitter. He's a phony. And a whole shit ton of you have fallen for it, including Omar Kelly and others. But that's the way this is. That's a quitter. That's a guy that he didn't believe that he was really going to be a quarterback. That's why he plays this dog and pony show. Because when you won't be denied, you're going to go to the CFL and you're going to come back. You're going to go anywhere that you have to go. Minor leagues, you're going to go to the independent league and play baseball, and you're going to work your way back. You're going to go to the Dominican League and you're going to work your way back. And you're going to keep playing in clubs if you're a musician until you can get that record contract, because you will not be denied. Colin Kaepernick took the easy way out. He quit and took the Nike money and plays the PR game and suckers people into, oh, give me a workout. Why? Why give you a workout, bro? Who the hell are you? You've been out of football for 5 years. You're lazy. You're not trying to really be a real quarterback. You know what I mean? That's what I love determination. I love the people that fight the good fight every single day, and they will not be denied. And that's Jimmy Butler. Oh, it doesn't work out with Minnesota. Oh, no, he's the problem. It didn't work with Chicago. He's the problem. Well, Philadelphia didn't want him. So a lot of us thought, hey, Jimmy's the problem. I'm part of it too. Jimmy comes here. I'm thinking, oh, he's just coming here so he can be a hog and get his points and prove that he could just, score a bunch of points on a mediocre team. No, that's not what he came here to do. He's more than happy many nights making sure everybody else goes off. But on the nights that Bam Adebayo still has his Pampers on, which is most nights, he has to take over. On these nights where, Kyle Lowry did not come into shape and has not really taken care of his body and has not been the productive player that you need him to be, he's got to lift up the team. And if Max Strus is on one leg and he can only give you so much, he's got to pick up the team. And if Duncan Robinson is useless when he's not shooting, he's got to pick up the team. So I ask, Bam Adebayo, you're on the same team with that guy. You're watching that guy up close. How has that not motivated you? And Sasha Barkov and I'm Jonathan Huberto. I don't know if you guys watch basketball. Okay? But I want you all to know that so far your legacy along with Bam is just a bunch of money. Because that's all I see. When I look at Jimmy Butler, I look at a dude that earns every bit of his cash. Every bit. That's a crazy-ass contract that they signed him to. But you cannot argue the player. You cannot argue the production. You cannot argue the leadership. And you cannot argue the legacy. That man is one more win away from going to the finals 2 out of 3 years. And during that time, you'll probably point at other teams saying they're better than Miami in the East. Yet it's Miami that's in the finals. So, legacy just exploded for Jimmy Butler. I can't say enough about what that man did. That is as impressive as it gets. Just a lot of fun watching that team yesterday, man. 111 to 103. I did get something right. I did take the 8.5 in our liquor split matchup of the night, by the way. While I didn't think that they would win, I thought that they would put up a fight and keep it within the 8.5. And hell, they ended up winning the damn game by 8 points, 111 to 103. So pretty impressive by the Miami Heat. According to against Vegas, that's a 16.5 point swing. So props there with them. By the way, Sunday, Celtics are favored by 2.5. The over and under is 210.5. The Celtics are minus 217 in the money line, and the Heat are plus 166. Okay. I have not had a feel for this. Actually, yesterday I tweeted out that I haven't had a feel from tip-off. That's not true, because game one I had a good feel for it because they won and all that. After that, forget about it. I never had a feel for the rest of the series after that. So, yeah, it's been one that you don't have a feel for. But I'll give you my liquor split matchup of the night in a little bit, and we'll talk a little bit about that also with the Miami Heat. But that's the point spread right now. 8 o'clock tonight, Drive Pink Stadium. Portland Timbers are in town to take on Inter Miami. Michelle Kaufman will join us at 1 o'clock. So we'll talk a little football with Michelle Kaufman. Right. It's picking, and the over and under is 2.5 goals. 2.5 is kind of like the thing, right? Marlins lost last night to the Braves yesterday, 6-4. Miami's now 18-25, man. It sucks. By the way, Craig Mish starts as one of our new insiders on Wednesday, June 1st. June 1st, by the way, we have 3 new insiders joining our family on Wednesday. That's pretty cool. We're adding a Major League Baseball Marlins insider in Craig Mish, one of the best baseball insiders in the country, right in our backyard. Nobody breaks more Marlins stories than obviously Craig Mish. So we will have Mish on here exclusively on our platform. So you won't be able to catch him anywhere else locally. What else? We are going to have Jordan Schultz on. And Jordan does an excellent job, the Schultz Report on Twitter. And we've had him on our show several times. He breaks all kinds of stories, NFL, NBA, constantly breaking stories, an insider in both leagues, analyst for both leagues. So that's the beauty of having Jordan join our family now. It's year-round with basketball and football with Jordan. He also, by the way, is the co-host of the Pull-Up Podcast with C.J. McCollum, former Trailblazer, current Pelican star. So CJ and Jordan do their podcast on a weekly basis. So Jordan is very well connected in both the NFL and the NBA. Jordan just broke the Melvin Ingram story for the Dolphins. He's the guy that had Melvin Ingram coming to the Dolphins before anybody else. So he will join us. It'll be at 12:30, I believe, is his time. And Matt Verderam from Fansided, NFL football reporter. He's going to join us at 11 a.m. on Wednesdays now. So he's another national guy. That's part of what this show is also going to do now. We're going to add a few more national insiders to kind of complete the whole thing. We already dominate everything local. Nobody's got better insiders than we do all throughout the week. So now I want to make sure we give everybody the national side of it. So that way the show is complete. We talk about any of the national stories that are going out there. And of course, we're going to dominate, everything locally. So there you go. All right, good stuff. Don't forget, Sloman's Home Security, a proud sponsor of our program. And right now, the first 40 Big O listeners, you can get a free doorbell camera. All you got to do is go to 1-800-ALARM-ME. That's 1-800-ALARM-ME. And you can get that free doorbell camera, which connects directly to your smartphone. And when you use our low-cost central station monitoring and our professional installation, we're going to give you the LED touchscreen pad, motion detector, 3-arm doors, and a backup battery. I should know my home is protected by Sloman's every single day. Our executive producer, Sean Stanley, we wouldn't tell you to do something that we wouldn't do ourselves, right? So Sloman's Home Security does an excellent job. They're in 14 different states. So it doesn't matter where you're listening to this podcast. It might be in your state. And also, if you're watching right now on YouTube, 1-800-ALARM-ME. That's 1-800-ALARM-ME. Cigar Social Club, thank you for the love on the super chat. He says, "Oh, does Jimmy make your Heat Mount Rushmore?" Well, Wade, Zoe, Shaq will never make my my top 4. I have to put LeBron there because it was 4 years. Shaq was so short. Oh, it's a good one because I can go Timmy. I can go Butler on that one. I can go Bosch. I have to go Bosch. I have to go Bosch. Yeah. It's like one of those. Now, if Jimmy can win a championship, then he would jump Bosch. You know, individually, I can argue that Jimmy's better than Bosch because individually he's taking the Heat farther than Bosch ever could. It's a good question. It's a good question. And can you argue the person that puts Bosch or Tim Hardaway or Jimmy Butler as number 4? I doubt it. I really do. Give me 24 seconds.
What? Oh, look.
I'm sorry. I lowered the mic. Anyway, you can put Bosch there, you can put Jimmy there, you can put Timmy there. It's kind of subjective at this point. So Jimmy has done a lot, but he hasn't won like Bosch won. Remember, Bosch has the most important rebound, the most important assist, and the most important block in Heat history. And so he was amazing for that team because he also was willing to be that third wheel. And to me, that is something that you have to, give him love. So yeah. Sorry about the lowering of the volume, but I had to while I was on the break. Anyway, yeah, it's just one of those. That's a fun conversation to have. There's no doubt about that. By the way, Marlins will continue their set with the Braves today at 4:10. Alcantara taking on Tucker Davidson. Looking forward to that. I have a little baseball afternoon, man. That's pretty cool. Aguilar hit his 6th, and Garrett Cooper hit his 3rd yesterday. Trevor Rogers went 5 innings, gave up 4 hits and 3 earned runs yesterday. So Marlins continue. Unfortunately, they just don't have enough, man. At the top of the hour, Michelle Kaufman is set to join us tonight at Drive Pink Stadium. Portland and Inter Miami will be taking the pitch. That should be a lot of fun on that one. What else do we have? Remember, if you want to get in on the Welt and Rayom text line, that's 855-912-1056. That's 855-912-1056. If you want to get in on the Welt and Rayom text line, you can also reach out to us on Twitter. That it's in town. So we're kind of planning for stuff ahead of time. Plus, We can't actually put all the videos that we want on this YouTube page. So we've got to put some of them on that page over there because of the algorithm. So you're going to catch stuff over there you won't get here at times. So you may want to also subscribe there because you may get interviews or rants or different things that Sean may put up that you're not going to get here on the regular channel. It'll be over there. Think of it as for those of you that follow crypto, it's this is Polkadot and that's Kusama. So there you go. That's kind of what it is. What else do we have here going on? Bam is just an average player forced to play a big role. Anyone else trying to make him more than that is a blind ass fan. Yeah, it's and let me tell you, I'll tell you something about yesterday. Did it? Okay, we got a bunch of people on the chat board right now. Did it look to you like Bam was playing with no confidence on that offensive side of the ball? Like it's gotten to the point that he does not shoot with any confidence, any authority whatsoever. Because that's what it looked like to me. You know? So I'm in status mode, freezing, froze. It looks good there. It looks good on. I'm looking at my YouTube page, coming back on it, and it looks fine. It looks good on. Yeah. It's not freezing. Might be your internet or something. Let's see. No, I think Bam is following. Okay, yeah, you guys are listening and paying attention. Okay, so it's all good. Yeah, to me, Bam, that's one thing that stood out to me last night. It looked like he was a guy that was playing with zero confidence. That was a little disturbing that it looks like it almost was getting to him that he's been so mediocre offensively. I don't know if you guys saw the same thing, but that was the impression I got from him when I saw him last night. All throughout last night, watching him play offense, it wasn't a guy that was playing offense with authority, with confidence. Like I give me the ball, I'm gonna like that one night that we saw him, and that's why he's a role player, offensively. Defensively, he's a good player and he's a heck of a role player. But he's not a superstar. He's not an all-star. He's not a defensive player of the year either, by the way. We got to stop with that shit, too. And by the way, he's got to stop with that. Shut up already. Just go play the game, bro. Don't even worry about who you think you are, because you're not. And as I've told you all out there, the Heat told us who he is, and that's what we've all missed. If they thought he was a franchise frontline guy, they would run the offense through him. But since they don't, they only facilitate through him. That's all they do. They don't run offense through him. They don't dictate offense through him. They just facilitate. That's all. Here you are, set the pick, dribble handoff, pass the ball, keep it flowing. This is who you are. But I saw a dude that had no confidence yesterday. I mean, absolutely none. Bam needs to wake up. Akaris, I don't know if he ever will. He's got a tremendous defender on him. That's why. Well, then you're not a tremendous player either. Right? Because Alonzo Mourning got his points no matter who was defending him. That's why he's not a franchise guy, because he's not Zoe, who was undersized with real centers. What should we expect from him if we go to the finals? Same shit that you've gotten now. It's about the other guys. He's just got to play a role. Don't expect anything from him. Devin says, Big O, I'm at the point where he's just a role player to me. Exactly. Alexander says, Big O, you know I'm a Knicks fan, but I have to give it up to the Heat to keep grinding and grinding. The Heat have my respect. I want them to beat Boston. Thank you, Alexander. I mean, how do you not respect the Heat? Like yesterday, I have nothing but praise for the Golden State Warriors. I told you guys yesterday. They are the ultimate example for everyone in life on how to fight adversity and all kinds of ups and downs and injuries and just doubt. And I admire the crap out of that Warriors organization. So you just gotta tip your hat to people when they prove that they have character and they're relentless and and you know that they're winners, man. And that's what the Heat organization is. They're just winners. Adebayo's overpaid player forced to play a big role. He's a jag. Well, he's saying it's sad, right? People are really going to go opposite on Bam, and he's such a nice guy. But that's probably also Bam's problem, really, isn't it? Deep down inside, he's a nice guy. Alonzo Mourning, sure, he's a decent human being. He's a son of a bitch. Alonzo had an edge. Okay, I had to deal with him in the locker room. You know, those kind of dudes, they're cut differently, man. They're just different. And Bam doesn't have anything like Zoe. Nothing, dude. Not even close. I think Bam will have a bigger role if they make the finals. I think having him on the perimeter and Draymond having extra length on Curry could affect the series. Philippe says, big fan of the show. You the man, Big O. Go Heat. Thank you very much, sir. Appreciate you. Jay Hurd says, the Heat are mentally the toughest team in the NBA. Jimmy set the tone for Game 7. What a performance by one of the most underrated players in the NBA. Bam needs to develop some post moves. Yeah, Gizmo, I'm at the point where I'm done with Bam needs this, Bam needs that. Bro, we're 5 years in. Like, when? When? Is this Barkov Huberto again? When? I'm still waiting for Barkov and Huberto to actually put on and strap on a pair. Still waiting. How long am I going to wait? Barkov, Huberto, Bam, those three guys have me just effing pissed off. You're paying them to be a lot more. He still has that edge sitting next to Riley. Zoe scares me. Yeah, dude. Yeah, that's Zoe. That's Zoe. Yeah. And he was intense in the locker room. Like, Zoe didn't relax, bro. It's just to get Zoe to relax in a basketball setting, practice, game, after the game. Trust me, I covered every day of his career. That's when I was a beat guy in those days. Walking in that locker room, covering the teams, on the road, was in Dallas for the championship, all that kind of stuff. I've covered that team for years. And in those times, that's why I know what I see when I like Timmy too, man. Timmy could joke with you, but Timmy was, well, cut your heart out, bro. He's just that guy. Love Tim Hardaway, man. Wish he wouldn't have had some of the injuries down the stretch with the Achilles, and he could have finished some of those seasons. Would have been very interesting. Very interesting. And still, to this day, right? If Zoe doesn't pick up that kidney ailment, that team was so loaded, man. And the beauty of that team is I think you were still weren't you still in the Jordan era? Would have been fun just in case. Anyway, so got a bunch of stuff to talk about. Yeah, Bam plays with no confidence. And if you play with no confidence, that's just not a good thing, not playing with confidence. I don't know how you I don't know how you can succeed if you can't play with confidence. That's the part that becomes a real challenge for any player, not just Bam. You know?
If you do have one.
You know, that's the thing. Not just Bam, but any player, if you're not playing with confidence, I'm not sure you can ever get to that point that you need to be great. Because confidence, a lot of times, confidence is something that you're even lying to yourself at times. Like Jimmy. Like Jimmy's all effed up, but he goes, "No, I can do it." And normally most of us can't, but those great ones, they find a way, dude. They find a way. You know what maybe Bam needs? A little Blue Chew.
I've got wood.
Yeah, baby, Blue Chew. Time to dig yourself out of that hibernation you've been in. That's right. Get a little Blue Chew in your life. Get that confidence, folks. Get that confidence in the bedroom. Maybe you got that confidence in the bedroom. Maybe you can have confidence in the paint. I don't know. Blue Chew, by the way, ladies and gentlemen, especially you gents, it's really for the gents, is unique. The ladies will benefit from it. It's a unique online service that delivers the same active ingredients as Viagra and Cialis, but in chewable tablets at a fraction of the cost. You can take them anywhere, day or night. That way you can plan ahead, be ready for whenever the opportunity arises. Yeah, baby.
Sometimes it's not how long you have it, it's what you do with it when you have it.
That's right. And listen, the best part is it's all done online. All right. So no visits to the doctor, and you might be a little embarrassed and awkward conversations. You're not waiting in the line in pharmacy and I like a little Cialis. Excuse me, sir. What do you want? I like a Cialis. Oh, Cialis, yes, sir. Damn, these people in line now know. You don't want that, right? So Blue Chew tablets are made in the USA, prepared and shipped directly to your door in a discreet package. And the process is simple. You sign up at bluechew.com. You get to consult one of their licensed medical providers. And once you're approved, you'll receive your prescription within days, folks. I'm telling you now. Here's the thing how you can benefit from Blue Chew, okay? We've got a special deal for you right now for Big O listeners. Try Blue Chew for free. Are you listening? Free. Use the promo code Big O. All right? That's the code you use. Big O at checkout. And all you do is pay $5 shipping. And that's bluechew.com, promo code Big O. And you will receive your first month for free. Visit bluechew.com for more details. And of course, important safety information. And we thank you. And we thank Blue Chew for sponsoring our show. BlueChew.com. That's what it's all about. All right. So make sure you get it done. You know it's something that you need. You know what I'm saying? It's all part of it.
Yeah, it's pretty big, right? Bigger than the one you have.
Excuse me, it's not the size that matters, it's how you use it.
Well, I think size is pretty important.
There you go. Anyway, so BlueChew.com, baby. BlueChew.com. Zoe was a beast in college and high school. Big John Thompson product. Yes. Yes, sir. Urban Meyer loves Blue Chew. Probably needs it. That's he's got an active life. Nano says, Big O, did you notice Bam didn't even try to protect the rim, go for rebounds? It's like Bam is there watching that. Yeah, it's I'm just not I'm completely off this. The problem is you're paying him so much money. And I love Bam, the player. If you want to use him that way, that's fine. But you're paying him to be a lot more. You can't pay that guy that money to be a role player. You're paying a max salary to be a role player. That doesn't make any sense. That's why the Tyler Hero thing is very interesting. Yeah. Tyler Hero's very interesting because he's a sixth man. Now he's injured, not helping you. Wasn't having a great playoff either. And he's going to be up for a contract in a year. Is he a max player? 6-man max player. Not the same thing. Right? Are we understanding on that, right? You're either a 6-man or you're a max player. You're not both. They don't exist. They don't coexist. They don't live together. They're not in the same neighborhood. So I need to know what the definition of what you think a franchise player is. Because Tyler Hero's not a franchise player. Does he have the ability to be better? Yeah. But has he gotten there yet? No. No. 6-man, yes. And he's improved his defense. The kid is trying. I really like what I saw from Tyler this year, but franchise max player, whew, that's a tough one, man. That's a really tough one. I got to tell you, that's one that I don't know, man. I don't know. David Njoku, former University of Miami tight end, agrees to a 4-year deal worth up to $56.75 million, $28 million guaranteed. And David Njoku is that player that a lot of us, yours truly, also thought, oh, this guy's got great talent, which he does. He has great talent, and he's going to be special at the next level. David Njoku has failed to be special at the next level. This is money on potential more than anything else. He hasn't really, I know he has the ability to be that, but you're still kind of paying him. When I saw that contract, well, that's kind of a potential contract still because he has not reached his potential. It's interesting. So some players are getting to their second contract, Bam Adebayo, and you're paying them on the potential that you think they're going to be a franchise player, and Bam Adebayo isn't. So David Njoku has not reached Kittle, Waller, or who's the other guy that I'm missing? Kittle, Waller, and Kelsey. He has not reached the Kittle, Waller, Kelsey, triumvirate up there. And yet, it's interesting. Paying on potential. Devin Jordan, thank you for the love on the super chat, sir. Big O, you will have one of the Heat beat writers on today. No, sir. No Heat writers today. Maybe tomorrow. Maybe we'll do a show tomorrow. Devin, I don't know. We might just end up doing 7 days a week this week. I might feel compelled to do it because of the Heat doing what they're doing. So maybe tomorrow we might have a little preview show. Because right now everybody's traveling, Devin. So you're not going to really, it's better tomorrow after shoot around, that kind of stuff. Then maybe we get a little bit more. So maybe we might do something tomorrow on the platform. Stay tuned. You never know. And then Monday. By the way, if we do something Monday, don't hold it against me if it's short. Okay? Just want you all to know. Don't be doing that to me, okay? Because, we work pretty hard on this show. It is Memorial Day. And if I'm giving you a show Saturday and Sunday to carry us through these big moments with the Miami Heat, you got to give us a little bit of a break on Monday. So just in case. Jeff says the problem with every player on the Heat roster is consistency. Tyler's inconsistent, so I'm a little hesitant on contract talk. But bam, come on, dude, shaking my head. Jeff, nobody can argue with you, my brother. You're on target. Mr. Reed says, me too. I thought he would have been better than what he's shown, Big O. He's been okay, good at times, but goes ghost a lot. Antonio says, Zoe played a huge part in the finals closeout game, which he had 5 blocked shots, I believe, and he left everything on the court that night. Zoe was the most important defensive center in the 06 finals. Not Shaq. Zoe. Do you think Hero will be back? Devin, I don't think so. It looks like it's a pretty bad injury. So I don't think so. But then again, that means it's going to happen because everything I've guessed, it's been wrong in this series. So there you go. What can I tell you? Let's see. Mickey Harrison pays them. He trusts Pat Riley to make the contract decisions. Well, yeah, you can trust them all you want, but that doesn't mean all the contract decisions are going to be good. Whiteside, James Johnson, Tyler Johnson, Dion. You know what I'm saying? So it's not like, hey, the Lowry contract's not a good contract. It's not. If this is a sign of things to come in its first year, guy's missed time, he's out of shape, injured now. Yeah, he hit a couple baskets yesterday. The Lowry deal's not that good either, and they need him, man, because the offense it's not better without him. He sees the floor better than everybody else. There's no doubt about that. But, dude, you got to stay healthy. You got to be more reliable. You got to come in shape. That's the thing. I'm watching him yesterday, and it's like, wow, dude, you're a big, thick guard at this point. Like, this is why you're injured. You're carrying all this extra weight at your age. It's like, dude, you cannot look like me and play point guard in the NBA. You're like eating yourself out of the league. It's a shame. Because if Lowry lost 30 pounds, which is probably what he needs to lose, and he, toned up, I think he would be a hell of a point guard again. I think he can pick up a lot of life, more gas in the tank. Obviously, if you're carrying 30 less pounds and you're in shape, I'm really intrigued to see what kind of pride he takes this offseason in changing his body. Because that's the one thing that, man, it just kept standing out to me. I'm watching him. It's like, dude, what's wrong with you, bro? You're a point guard and you're getting older. They're paying you a lot of money. You're breaking down because your older body's carrying all that weight. Get rid of the 30 pounds, bro. You'll be a dynamo if you lose the 30 pounds. He can still play carrying that weight. Imagine. He can't defend. Like he's always out of place. Always. All right, let's get ready for hour number 2. Michelle Kaufman from the Miami Herald will join us. We will talk a little Inter Miami as they take on Portland at Drive Pink Stadium tonight at 8 o'clock.
If you're a Miami sports fan, then there's only one store to go to, and that's Caneswear at Miami Fanwear in Davie. They're your one-stop shop for all your Inter Miami CF, Canes, Dolphins, Panthers, and Marlins merchandise. They have hats, t-shirts, game day jerseys, and so much more. Located at 2511 South University Drive in Davie, and open 24/7 online at caneswear.com or intermiamiwear.com. Call them at 954-835-5597. Caneswear, the spot where Inter Miami and all Miami sports fans shop.
Can you get that?
Yes,
Tell her
we
I'll
got
go
it.
receive.
We got it. You're on. Hello.
Hello. Sorry, my mom just called, so I'm having Sophie answer the phone for me because I'm on this very important interview.
There you go. There you go. How you doing, Michelle?
I'm good. How are you?
Very good. Very good. God, let me tell you, what youth and inexperience changes when you watch this team. It is a completely different team. It's fun to watch. They're athletic. They got speed. They run into plays. They run out of plays. They run into mistakes. They run out of mistakes. But I love it because when you look at those guys and you look at Campana and Lassiter and all these other guys, there's just potential, and there's something there at least now that hey, man, maybe you can find a couple diamonds in the rough, in a way. And I'm looking at this like, Caleb Martin and Max Strus and, things like that the Heat have been able to unearth guys out of nowhere. And somehow or another, I think Chris Henderson is kind of trying to do the same thing. But I got to say, the last month of football it's been fun to watch. It's been fun to watch.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, they've had a string now. They've won, they started with the US Open Cup, they did well. They beat,
Yeah,
some
really
teams
well.
they did really well. And then they tied DC United 2-2. They tied Philadelphia on the road. And then they beat Red Bulls 2-0, which was a huge, huge result for them to beat that team here in Miami. And then, the game against Orlando on Wednesday, which was a very contentious match. They were scoreless after 90 and then 1-1 and then, went down to PKs. But yeah, I mean, a lot of people have emerged. Drake Callender has emerged.
God. Holy crap.
He's been one of the top keepers in the league over the last month. He's playing great, and Phil is loving him. And now Nick Marsman, he's injured. He has a back thing. And Phil said yesterday that Nick will be back after the FIFA break. There's a break coming up now until June 19th after today. They won't play again until June 19th. But when the break is over, Nick Marsman is not automatically getting the starting job. I mean,
why would you? No, it would be a mistake to start Nick Marsman at this point. You do not allow the hot hand to go to the bench. There's no way.
Right. And Phil said yesterday, he even said yesterday that he likes to rotate his field players, but the goalkeeper is all about consistency. And he said, he's the starter. Until something changes, he's the starter. And then,
by the way, Drake brings athleticism that we have not seen.
And he catches the ball, which is a big thing that Phil has talked about, that, a lot is made these days of keepers with their footwork because they want the keeper to be, part of the offense and to get the offense going from the back and all that. But this guy doesn't just parry. This guy doesn't just push the ball away. He catches the ball. And Phil has mentioned that over and over and over and over, that this is a great skill that he has. And then, other guys, obviously you mentioned Campana. Ariel Lassiter has had a great, a new beginning with this team. He's played great. And Bryce Duke has just turned 21 years old. And, he's got him starting in there, and he runs around and does a lot and has made some good passes.
Can I say something?
He has not learned how to do the PKs yet, but.
No, but this is what I want to talk about here. He misses the PK. And I love Campana.
Oh, yes, he grabbed him.
He comes to console him and shows big-time leadership for a young guy. So, to me, that's what stood out in that moment.
Yeah, oh, yeah, he grabbed him by the head and was rubbing him on the head like, don't worry, don't worry. We all mess up. This is don't worry. And because he was devastated, apparently afterward, he was really, really devastated. And what Phil sort of alluded to was that, they practice PKs all the time in training, and they keep track of who the best ones are, obviously, and that's who they put in. And Bryce Duke, from what I could gather, he always kicks the free kick, shoots the free kicks the same way. But at the last second there, he decided to make a change. And Phil was saying, like, you don't do that. Like, you need to do exactly what you always do, what you've trained to do. And when you decide at the last moment that you're going to change and do it different, that's when things get screwed up. So it seems like maybe, he normally has a type of strike, that he likes to do for PKs. And right there, under the lights in the heat of the moment, he changed. And that's when, it looked.
Well, Yedlin stayed back and he soared that thing. And it was like, yo, dude, come on, man.
He should know better.
You got to follow.
He should know better. He should know better. But he's been a great addition to the team. Yedlin has really become like a captain of this team. All the players look up to him. He's always the de facto captain when Gregory isn't there. So he's been a great addition to the team. A lot of speed between him and Lassiter and Bryce Duke. Campana, they all have speed. They go back, they defend, they attack. And then Robbie Robinson, we'll see. He's been in and out with injuries, this and that.
Are you ready here? Robbie Robinson, Bam Adebayo, Sasha Barkov, and Jonathan Huberdeau. They all need to go see the Wizard. Okay.
Yeah.
They all need courage, bro. I don't know what it is about those guys, but
Yes, it's someone who obviously has.
They need a gut check. You know what I mean? Because I'm watching Bam and I'm going, dude, are you watching your teammate named Jimmy Butler? Like, has that not inspired you? You're younger, healthier. I'm watching that. With Robinson, with Robbie, it's like, we know you're talented, kid, but like, where's the fire? Where's the heart? Where's the desire? Where is that physicality that you're going to need at times to be a really good forward?
Right.
You
No,
know
and
what I
also
mean?
just to play through some pain too, because,
Yeah.
part of being an athlete is playing through pain. Even my daughter, she would play through sprained ankles this big around because she didn't want to miss the game. She was so, and you don't want to let down your teammates. And
Amen.
Robbie does seem to, he gets injured and then he misses 3 games, and then, he gets bumped in the head and he misses another 3 games. And, so yeah, we'll see what happens. He's available for tonight. He did not get to play Wednesday because he was suspended because of the wrestling takedown in the previous U.S. Open Cup game. But he is available tonight. One of the things Phil was saying yesterday is that for the game tonight, everybody, pretty much everyone but Marsman, is available, and that the bench is going to be so deep and so strong, and that he's been really going back and forth about who he's going to start because everybody wants to play. Everyone's hungry to play and everybody's fit.
Yeah, but we got screwed, dude, because like Campana comes in, you think he's going to play only a few minutes to finish out that game. And then we go into overtime and the poor man has to add another 30 minutes.
Right.
And I'm cringing going, damn, dude, they play Portland. And by the way, why did they schedule us on a Saturday and not schedule us on a Sunday?
Right.
I mean, that part also I don't understand by the MLS. It's kind of like watching hockey and, oh, yeah, no, we're going to have a back-to-back in the playoffs. What is wrong with you people? Like, are you serious?
The scheduling's been crazy. Yeah, they've played.
But don't tell me you care about players' health and then you do shit like this. It's like, that's not fair. So tonight, this is weird because, I mean, I feel for Campana. He's our horse. But, do you play him the whole game after what he went through on Tuesday?
Right. And Jean Mota played 131 minutes. He was cramping at the end of the game. He was cramping. Mabika was cramping. These guys were cramping up. And now they have a big game. This really is a big game for them. They could huge game. They're up to number 10 now. They moved up from 14 to 10. And with 3 more points, they're pushing up there, toward the playoff line, which is where they want to be. I hope they, the crowds have been so. They need to really build.
You know how it is in this town. You got to win, man. You got to entertain. And unfortunately, they killed all their momentum from the start.
Yeah.
And that's the problem. Then now you have to convince people. Not me, not the hardcore 7,000-8,000 that are going to go there to every game. Right. You're not going to have to convince us.
Right.
But if you want to get the rest of the people going, you're going to have to win and entertain. Unfortunately, look what happened to the Panthers now. This is devastating to them.
Yes.
Because you could go have another great regular season again, and your entire community is going to say, that means nothing. Those guys choke in the playoffs all the time. And that's earning the trust like the Heat have done. It's a really hard thing to do in this town. The Dolphins live off of their tradition.
Right.
But the Heat is the only one that's actually like earned everybody's trust. And that's what that's what the hockey team has got to do. That's what the Marlins have got to do. They've got to cross that threshold.
Yep, absolutely. Well, they're definitely playing a much more entertaining style. The spirit seems to be good. Higuain, it's been tough for him. He has been basically told, you are a role player and you have to accept that or you're not going to play, but you're not a starter.
The other night, that was embarrassing. They just pushed the old man aside in the box, and he's just lying on the floor going, it looked to me like when he fell on the floor, he's like, wow, dude, I'm really old. I can't even stand up in this league and do the things I used to do in other leagues. It is really amazing the fall from grace for this guy in this league.
Yeah, it's sad. I mean, it is sad in a way to see him when he does go out there. You notice the difference. You would say that guy is old and slow compared to the other guys on the team. I mean, they really have amped up their speed and their youth. And even Yedlin, who's not, he's in his late 20s, but he's super fast. So yeah, I mean, Gonzalo has had to accept that he's going to have a role to play and Phil can still use him, but he's not going to be the star probably of this team. And he's not going to be the focal point of the team anymore, even though he's the only DP. He's the only DP on the team. He's the highest paid player by far on this team, but he is not the focal point. And I think they're just going to, they just want him to finish this last season with dignity, to have some dignity. And then that's it. I mean, he's going to be done at the end of this year. I would assume he'll retire.
Michelle, think about that. The 5 DPs, they whiffed on all 5 DPs it was illegal in the first place that you had 5 DPs.
Right.
But the fact that you were that bad and you missed on all 5 DPs, that's so devastating to this franchise. That's why they're in this position, because you made so many bad decisions early on. You buried your franchise now. And now it's Chris Henderson's job to kind of unearth them and figure it all out. But you think about that. That's hard to do, man.
Yeah.
I mean, DPs, you get to pick your guys. It's not like a draft that you're stuck with whatever. You actually picked these guys thinking that they were going to be impactful players for you from different parts of the world, and you missed on all 5. Holy moly. Wow.
Yeah, not a good recommendation for the previous leaders of the management here. But the owners, the owners are to blame. Jorge and David are to blame. Yes.
No, and Matuidi had nothing to do with McDonough.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So, we also have to say, hey, David, you're at fault here too. You had a hand in all of this too at the same time.
Yeah, they did. And
it wasn't only Paul McDonough.
No, it was not. No, it was not only Paul McDonough, but the ownership gave him too much free reign. There wasn't enough vetting going on with the scouting department. It was basically like they just trusted him. They thought, hey, he built Atlanta. Atlanta was, he had this great reputation from Atlanta. So whatever he says must be good. He's the great architect of MLS teams. And they didn't really do any homework. And then they pushed people through, because, Blaze had won a World Cup and Gonzalo had a great reputation as a finisher and they needed a finisher. But obviously it was, those were not the best decisions for sure.
No, definitely not.
The team is much more fun now. Much more fun now.
Oh, I love watching this team now, at least because there's something there, maybe something you can build on. And then, hopefully now with drafts down the line, I think Chris Henderson will do a much better job as long as they allow him to do his job. All right, walk us through tonight. Give us a preview of tonight. What to expect? What does Inter have to do in order to pick up a big victory?
Yeah, I think this is a game that they can win. Portland, even though Portland was in the finals last year, so that's obviously a team that has talent. But they've got a couple guys banged up. I think one of their top players, I'm forgetting who, is suspended, red card suspension or yellow card accumulation, whatever. They have only 3 wins so far this season. They have the same number of points as Inter Miami, 15, but they have mostly ties. They've had trouble scoring. So this is a team that, on paper, they had to fly across the country. Now, they did not play on Wednesday. So they've had, presumably they have fresher legs because they did not play on Wednesday in a game that went all the way to, 131 minutes, including the PKs and all that. So Miami's players' legs are going to be heavy, but Portland has flown across the country. Also, if you've been outside today, it is extremely hot today. And so, I would think that heat and humidity will work in Miami's favor. Portland, the weather in Portland is nothing like the weather here. And even the other teams they play are mostly on the West Coast and, colder, drier places. So the weather should be in their favor. It would be nice if they have a good crowd. It's a Saturday night. They've been playing well, if they could get a good crowd out there. And I think that this is a game that's winnable. Like I said, Portland doesn't score very much, and Drake Callender has been playing great in goal. Clean sheets, 2 or 3 clean sheets out of the last 3 games. So he's been able to stop, and the defense, the back line has been playing really well. Even when they had Ryan Saylor in there, a new kid out of college, he's been holding his own. Mabika is back, and he's been doing a good job. Damian Lowe is a real leader in the back. He's the captain of the Jamaican team. He's a real team leader kind of guy. He talks a lot. He instructs the guys a lot. He's really been good. You have
less, and we're committing less stupid fouls on the back line too.
Yes, we're not. Yeah, you're not seeing the yellow cards and the red cards that you were seeing with Figal
and LGP. Yes,
LGP, super aggressive. Both of them, very aggressive players, very fiery, but also like numbers 1 and 2, whatever on the yellow card and red card list. Yeah.
Too many stupid fouls.
Yeah, they're playing smarter. They're playing smarter. They're playing quicker, and they're playing more together as a team. And so all of those ingredients bode well for the future of the team, I think.
I'm with you there. All right. Follow her on Twitter at Koff Sports, and make sure you catch her work there at the Miami Herald. Subscribe like I do and support all of our journalists. Michelle, as always, thank you for taking some time. Enjoy the
game.
Yeah, man.
Enjoy the game tonight on CBS 4 and Unimas and whatever. Okay.
You got it. Be good, Michelle.
Bye.
Thank you.
Take care.
Got it. There you go. The great Michelle Kaufman, man. We love her. All right, quick break here. Back. Give me a couple minutes here. We're going to take your questions. If you want to get in on the Welton Rayom text line, 855-912-1056. That's 855-912-1056.
What? Oh, look.
When you need your warehouse looking good while staying efficient, there's only one place to find the finest racks in the business. Pallet Rack City in Hialeah. 305-424-8547. That's 305-424-8547. Pallet Rack City is the company you need when you want your warehouse sporting the finest racks in the business. After all, who doesn't love a great rack? Pallet Rack City. 305-424-8547. That's 305-424-8547. Welton Rayom has more than 62 years of litigation experience handling insurance disputes. They're committed to resolving even the toughest insurance claims quickly. Call them for a free consultation. 954-966-4646. At Welton Rayom, they don't get paid unless you win. Property damage claims to your home, business, or condo as a result of a hurricane. Welton Rayom can help. Water, mold, fire, smoke damage, Welton Rayom can help. Call 954-966-4646.
All righty. Welcome back, y'all. Thank you for joining and staying with us. Lanfon goes, Matuidi, French World Cup winner. That and a cup of coffee doesn't help jack crap when it comes to Inter Miami. Matuidi was a terrible player for Miami. That's all. I don't care what he did for France. Don't mean shit to me. You know, that's the beauty. Sometimes Some people come in and it's like, hey, Kyle Lowry, I don't care what you did for Toronto. It's just simple. I don't care, bro. I don't care what you did there. You didn't do it for us. You did it for them. And, hey, kudos to the Toronto fans who are great and the terrific organization and all of that. But you play for the Heat now. Get in shape and do your job. It's like sometimes it's like, oh, Higuain, world-class player. Well, I don't care, bro. What did you do here? I don't care what you did overseas. That doesn't mean anything to me. Matuidi doesn't mean shit to me, dude. Here, you suck. That's all I know. Here, you were old and you weren't worth anything. Again, wow, look at Marcel. That is sad. I'm sorry. Just caught my attention. Marcel just showed a picture of sushi. Said, had sushi for the first time in 10 years. I've wasted so much time. These youngins. I got to tell you. How can you not? How do you not have sushi for 10 years? Kidding me, dude? Sushi's delicious. But yeah, that Matuidi stuff, that doesn't mean anything for me. Looks like a nice cigar. Oh, the 20th anniversary, the 10th anniversary. When we talk about Perdomo, come on, man. You guys should go to the retail store right off of 57th Avenue there in the Palmetto. Check out the full line of Perdomo cigars. That 10th anniversary right there, that is a delicious, full-body smoke from beginning to end. So check it out. Check it out, baby. Check out a little Perdomo cigar. Go to your nearest. You should have one tomorrow after the Heat win. That'll be your victory cigar, a little Perdomo action. Let's see. Crypto is a fraud. Yes, it is. It's a fraud. Don't invest in it, bro. Stay away from it, man. Don't invest in it. Stay away. And if you have some, sell it right now, please. It's what we want. We want you to sell it. Florida born, Kentucky grown. Let's go, baby. I'm tired of people telling me Jimmy is not a superstar, especially when he kills it in the playoffs. Yeah, no, you have to give the man what he deserves. And he deserves that. There's no doubt. Draymond chose Boston because he doesn't want to face the Heat. Got that fire. Well, the Heat looked beat up, bro. The Heat looked bad the last couple of games. I mean, what Jimmy did last night, man, it's just to dig deep down like that and you're all effed up. Just amazing, man. Indade says, still waiting for the rest of the Heat to show up elimination game, and they still didn't get up for it. Took Jimmy's superhero-like performance to win. Shouldn't bet on that way of winning. I know, but Indade, that's who we are, unfortunately. Tyler's out, and he really can't necessarily be counted to be the number 2. Bam can't be counted on it. Lowry can't be counted on it. Strus is injured. It's just that there isn't anybody right now. And that's not this team. And Embiid is right. They need another star on this team. They need one more star. They have a whole bunch of really good players and role players and all that, and they take turns to compliment Jimmy, but they need another mother effer next to Jimmy that can take pressure off of Jimmy, and that Jimmy doesn't have to force everything. He can throw it to that guy, and that guy can then take over and do it. He needs that other guy. And I think Pat Riley and Eric Spoelstra and Chet and everybody else in that damn front office, they're all like, yeah, we got to find that other star. We got to help Jimmy out. Because maybe you could get another great year out of Jimmy. At one point or another, Father Time's going to catch up to Jimmy and all that wear and tear and mileage, and he's not going to be able to go to the well as much anymore. So I hope that he can muster one more year of it at least. But you got to go find that star, man. Got to go find that star. And if there's a disgruntled one you can try to make a move for, then do it. Big O, please don't pick the Heat to win tomorrow. Well, all I'm going to tell you is, all right, we do have we do like to do our liquor split matchup of the night. We like to tap that app here on this show because you should download the app, Liquor Split, iOS or Android. Remember, you can get that's Miami's liquor store. You can get your favorite liquor delivered to your home or office at any time, baby. So don't be drinking and driving, okay? So let's get to our liquor split matchup of the night.
It's time to tap that app. And no one loves to tap that app like the Big O. Here's the liquor split matchup of the night.
All right. All right, our liquor split matchup of the night. The Miami Heat are taking on the Boston Celtics in Game 7 on Sunday. Right now, the Celtics are favored by 2.5 points. At the Heat's home, at FTX Arena, Celtics are favored. So that means Vegas is still convinced the Celtics are the better team. They should be winning, and they're so good that they're favored by nearly 3 points over the Heat at their own home after they lost to the Heat in Boston. Now, the Boston Celtics are trying to do something very, very difficult. And the Miami Heat want to avoid something kind of embarrassing. Yeah. You can't lose 3 games at home in the playoffs. It's really hard to beat a team 3 times at home or on the road, that is. And that's what the Boston Celtics are trying to do tomorrow night. They're trying to beat the Heat for the 3rd time in Miami. Will Miami allow the Boston Celtics to win a 3rd time in their home court? And I would imagine that that's going to be the discussion in that locker room. Guys, this is Game 7. We're 4 quarters away from going to the finals. These guys aren't going to stop us, and they've beaten us twice here at home. That is unacceptable. And Max Strus needs to have the game of his life. Caleb Martin needs to have the game of his life. Kyle Lowry's got to get hot. Guys have got to step up. Gabe Vincent's got to step up. Okay? Obviously, Jimmy's got to do his thing, and PJ and all of that. Bam, just be the role player that you are, dude. But they got to find a way to get it done. I'm not telling you the Heat's going to win, but I'm telling you the Heat's going to keep it close. They could win this game, but they're not going to lose by 3. This one's going to go all the way down to the end. I'm going to go with the Heat once again. If they're going to be the dog at home, I'll take the dog at home. I'll take Heat plus 2.5. We took Heat plus 8.5 last night, and we won in our liquor split matchup of the night. I'm going to take the Heat again as a dog, plus 2.5 at home against the Boston Celtics. Let's see what happens, ladies and gentlemen. That, my friends, is our liquor split matchup of the night.
The matchup of the night is brought to you by Liquor Split, Miami's own online liquor store. Liquor Split. Download and tap that app and get your favorite liquor delivered to you for just $2.99. No risk, no drinking and driving. Tap that app with Liquor Split.
I'll tell you, if you want to reach out to us on the Welt and Rayom text line, that's 855-912-1056. That is the law firm that officially represents our show, and they are the sponsor of our text line, 855-912-1056. And whether it's bankruptcy, homeowner property damage, condo damage, criminal defense, business owner claims, commercial litigation, or even personal injury, Welt and Rayom. You can call Jeff Welt. You can call Daniel Rayom. They are bulldogs. They are the firm that makes insurance companies weep. So if your homeowner's insurance, if your condo insurance, if your business insurance If somebody else's insurance company is trying to take advantage of you, you need to call the Bulldogs. You need to call the guys that are going to go after them and crush them. And they've been crushing them for over 20 years. Welton Realm, 954-966-4646. That's 954-966-4646 for the Bulldogs that are known as Welt and Realm. Big O, my goodness, what a game. After yesterday's game, now I need lemon honey because my voice is nearly gone from the screams of excitement and yelling at the horrible play from Adebayo. I thought you were also yelling at the horrible play by the referees. Man, the referees are bad. The referees are really bad. Holy moly. Landfound says, shout out to Koff. Thank you to Koff for writing about soccer, he says. Yes, she does a great job. And we talk about all sports on this show. And I get it. Some of you aren't soccer fans. Some of you aren't baseball fans. Some of you aren't hockey fans. Doesn't mean we're going to leave those sports behind. I love all of them. I love Inter. I love the Panthers. I love the Marlins. I want them to do well. It's fresh, so it's super hot. The first cup or two it's one where you gotta let it cool down a little bit because it lubricates your throat, but you also don't want to burn the hell out of your throat too at the same time in the early part of that. So yeah. So Welton Realm text line 855-912-1056. Big O, I looked up Big O Show Cuts, could not find it. Just Big O Show Cuts. That's it. And separate it. Big O Show Cuts, and you'll find it. Please subscribe to our new YouTube page, Big O Show Cuts. You can find it. I mean, it's not that hard. Okay? It's pretty simple. You pull up your YouTube page, you go on the search engine, and you put Big O Show Cuts. And boom, it comes up right there. See? Big O Show Cuts. We're at 187 subscribers to Big O Show Cuts. So let's build it. I'd like to get over just 13 more here. Let's get a Marino-like subscription. There's, almost 100 people on the chat board right now. All 100 cannot be subscribed, right? So go to Big O Show Cuts. That's it. You'll find it on there. It'll say Big O Radio Show Cuts. And when it comes up, subscribe on the YouTube page. All right. Let's get it over 200 right now. It's at 187. We need to get to 1,000 so we can activate the live camera and all of that. So please, we really want to get to 1,000. All right. So tell your friends, family members, subscribe. Big O Radio Show Cuts. But you can find it with Big O Show Cuts. It'll come out right away. Okay. So give us let's get over. I want to get over 200 here by the end of the show. Can you all do me that favor? Okay. You search. Here we go. Big O Show. Oh, wait a minute. Let me back up here. There you go. I'm going to put it and everything right there on the chat board. All right. Big O Show Cuts. Apparently, they say no deal is imminent right now for Kaepernick and the Raiders. I was looking that up this morning, which now this becomes now a daily story for people to talk about. And it's funny, right? It says Colin Kaepernick's workout with the Raiders by all indications went well. However, doesn't mean the Raiders will be adding him. Jeremy Fowler says no deal is imminent. Kaepernick's arm strength and conditioning were impressive. That should surprise nobody. He's been working out constantly over the past He hasn't prepared for defenses in over 5 years. He hasn't prepared for football in 5 years, which probably a couple things have changed for him. And then he's going to go to a new team, new scheme, new everything. And by the way, they run a traditional drop back offense, which that's not what he is in Las Vegas. The offense that Derek Carr runs, Kaepernick cannot run that offense. He's not a pure drop back passer. So if you're going to sign a guy like this, right, you need to sign him already so you can start getting acclimated to the entire system, to your scheme, to you find out his strengths, his weaknesses, all of those kind of things. If no one signs him now, they're not signing him at all. Okay? So the Raiders brought him in, but don't mean shit, man. If you don't sign him now, it doesn't make sense to sign him midway through training camp. It certainly doesn't make sense to sign him in week 1 or 7 or 12 of the NFL season when the guy has not played against NFL players in 5 years. I don't care what his arm strength is. I don't care what shape he's in. He's got to learn to read and react at the NFL level. He hasn't done that in 5 years. I love how people make it sound like, it's like getting on a bike again. Yeah, 5 years, it's nothing. I can do it all over again. I wasn't an elite player in the first place, but I'm going to be able to do it all over again. It is just amazing to me. So I don't know what to tell you all. Miguel, if it froze, it's your internet, my brother. There's nothing freezing here. So that's your internet. Notice how it's nobody else. You froze again because your internet is kind of weak, my brother. It's not really this because I'm looking at it and it's not freezing at least. Let me see. Yep. Yeah. It looks good. I don't see anybody else complaining, so it's not like at least it doesn't look like it. It only looks like one, so you may want to check your internet, my man. Jimmy Butler needs to have another monster game tomorrow night, sir, not tonight, Tommy. But yes, you are correct. That's the only way they win. Unless other guys come in and they get hot all of a sudden and, Miguel is right. You did. Oh, well, I don't see any freezing here, man. Brandon says it froze for me too, but it came back. All right. Well, I don't see any freezing here, guys. So I don't know what to tell you. It looks fine because I have the live one on that computer, and I have the delayed, which is a couple seconds, on the iPad, and neither one is freezing. So I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. All right. What else do we have here that I wanted to talk about? And by the way, 855-912-1056. That's 855-912-1056. If you want to get in on the program, you see the whole thing with Kyrie Irving. So the Nets are outright unwilling to sign Irving to a long-term contract this summer. And, they think he's not going to pick up his $36 million player option, which, what a moron. But whatever. Look, Kyrie Irving, and kudos to the Brooklyn Nets. And I let me tell you something, because that Durant and him supposedly are really good friends, but Durant hasn't been really in contact with the Nets, which I think it's total bullshit. Complete bullshit. Okay? I think Durant is tired of Kyrie, but he can't tell Kyrie he's tired of Kyrie. So he's letting the Nets do the dirty work, and he acts stupid like, oh, I don't know what they're doing. But the fact that they are, like it says there, what's the quote again? They are outright unwilling to work out a long-term deal. I give Sean Marks and the Nets credit that they finally got smart and they figured it out. I mean, this is what, year 4 for Durant now in that place, and you've done nothing. It's been a disaster, and you left Golden State for this? Like, what kind of a D-bag are you, bro? Really? You want to work with James Harden and Kyrie Irving? 2 bums? And I know Kyrie's super talented. You can have that flake. Okay? I want nothing to do with Kyrie Irving. As I've said many, many times, he's no superstar. Never has been, never will be. Superstars sacrifice. They lead. They are true leaders. Kyrie Irving lacks all of that. He's soft. He can't concentrate on the damn game, no matter how gifted he is. And he's super gifted. No doubt about it. I will never, ever. But it's not about just talent. It's about character. Something he lacks every bit of. Can't have a player like that. And you can't pay a guy like that max money when he can't lead your franchise. And you can't count on him. That's the worst part about with Kyrie. You can't even count on the guy. Unwilling. Let me tell you, I hope this is what's going on with Kevin Durant, that he's kind of just letting them do the dirty work and he's acting kind of dumb. Like, hey, Kyrie, I don't know, man. They're pissed. They're doing what they want. I tried, but I can't. Whatever. And if you're Durant, brother, you already look like a horse's ass in every way, shape, and form already. That's the other thing about Durant. Durant has gone from that cool guy everybody likes and roots for in OKC to just a first-class a-hole. That's what he's gone from. From the classy kid everybody liked and signed the extension with OKC, didn't even tell anybody, went all under the radar, and then all of a sudden, Mr. Burner Phone, Mr. Sensitive, and started going after everybody, and he just became an ogre. And karma, by the way, set in. Because you've been such a first-class a-hole and you were so arrogant, you walked out of Golden State to now go to this disaster that's been Brooklyn for you. I mean, you're an idiot, but that's karma biting Durant in the ass. Now, the question is, has Durant gotten smart enough to say, you know, I've made a lot of mistakes, a lot of stupid mistakes, leaving Golden State and teaming up with these bums? I got it. We got rid of Harden. Let's get rid of let's get rid of Kyrie, and let's see if they can bring in a star that I can actually team up with and count on. I hope he's smart enough that that's what he's thinking, because you know you're tying your boat to something completely unstable, and some of the players you want to play with there in Brooklyn. And now you got Ben Simmons. Oh, my God. Crazy. Ben Simmons. That's just crazy. That's just one of those where one flake after another flake after another flake. Amazing. Amazing. By the way, any spy reports on Obi-Wan Kenobi and Top Gun Maverick last night? Anybody watch them? Because for me, tonight is all about Obi-Wan Kenobi and Goodfellas. Tonight I'm watching Goodfellas. Tonight in honor of Ray Liotta, who we lost this week. Excuse me. I am watching Goodfellas. I'm looking forward to it. And definitely watching the 2 episodes of Obi-Wan Kenobi that are out already. Okay. Where are we at? Did any of you subscribe to Big O Show Cuts? Let me see if you all gave me a little love here. Only 3, bro. 3 people. We went to 187 to 190. We need 10 more to get to 200. That's all I'm asking. I'm not asking all 90 of you to sign up and get in there, and I know you have it. Come on. I know there's at least 10 of you in the 90 people that are chatting right now on the chat board. There's got to be 10 of you that haven't signed up to Big O Radio Show Cuts on YouTube. And please share the link with others. There's all kinds of stuff there, man, that you can catch. David Dwork's segment is there. That, Marcel did the University of Miami thing at ESPN, the hallway. That video is there on Big O Show Cuts. There'll be different things. There'll be rants, all kinds of stuff we're going to add to that. It's brand new, so it's only got a few videos now, but we're going to add a lot more. So check it out if you can. And if you can, well, it's 191 now. Let's go. 9 more. We need 9 pins, Rodney. 9 pins. That's what we need. We also need the KSDT Sports Business Report. When sports and business collide, we like talking about the KSDT Sports Business Report. It's very interesting because you don't realize how many times and how many stories I end up reading, and sometimes we don't get to share them, and some of them are actually really cool and interesting. Well, I think we find the cool and interesting ones, and we add it on this segment here at the KSDT Sports Business Report. Well, Tracy McGrady, baby, has got a new investment. The Hall of Famer has funded real estate projects. He's backed up sports and entertainment agencies and committed to cryptocurrency partnerships. Now, that one guy there, you don't want to do that, sir. But anyway, and McGrady now is investing in his own company. One's Basketball League, the OBL, which makes its New York premiere this weekend. I've always invested in other people's ideas and other people's visions. Not once have I ever trusted mine. I didn't have the confidence to think that mine was good enough. I didn't trust my ideas or decision-making when it came to my vision. He added, this is the first time I actually trusted and believed that I can pull this off. McGrady 43 has self-funded the OBL, an over 18 league throughout that tours 7 cities from April through July. It pairs players in one-on-one games, staple of playground basketball. Picture Ice Cube's Big Three, but with fewer players and no former NBA stars. McGrady will pay just under $10 million all told, including a $250,000 prize for the eventual OBL champion. He has partnered with longtime executive and former XFL president Jeff Pollock to help in the operations. Pollock says the costs associated with the league are not significant so far. That means we're going to have an opportunity to grow this business and do it in a way where the economics in the beginning are pretty favorable. McGrady wants to attract a mass Generation Z audience, meaning those born after 97. He believes media and sponsorship fees will allow it. While OBL is the new minor league sports scene, he pointed to other amateur leagues such as cornhole and bowling that draw a niche audience or networks and believe OBL can be the same. No disrespect what other things ESPN is putting on their programming. This is more entertaining. OBL has already found a prominent media supporter. It struck a digital deal with Paramount-owned Showtime networks that allows the network to show OBL content on its YouTube channel as well as cross-promotions. Interesting stuff. Now, I don't know how this is going to make it, but one of the things that I thought about is It's interesting because it's kind of like a tough men competition in basketball, right? And guys are playing each other in some kind of a way where they work it all the way to the top to be the top guy and win $250,000, obviously. But one of the things that, and I talked about this with the XFL originally, and if these new leagues want to make it, Vince McMahon had an idea when he allowed "He Hate Me" and things like that to take over, and nicknames on the back of the jerseys, and he started to create characters in the XFL, kind of like he does with wrestling. And I think it's imperative that the USFL, that the new version of the USFL, the XFL, or here the OBL, just like when you see in WWE or if you see in UFC, characters are characters, man. And they lift your product up because they bring more attention to your product. And so when you have a guy that or a woman that is also a character, a household name, that lifts your product up. Now, I don't know if the OBL will ever get to the point of household name, but they are going to have guys that bring showtime to all of this. They have to bring color to this. They have to bring charisma. You know, you got to find the Rock that plays basketball. Okay? You got to find an electrifying personalities. Now, that's not the reason why you play, because you want to get the best talent. But you're hoping, if you're Tracy McGrady, that along the way, some of these talented guys also have personalities, because that's how fans and those young people that he's talking about are going to gravitate to them. That's the way you do it. But you got to bring personality to it. If you don't have any personality, hell, look at Major League Baseball, dude. Major League Baseball has zero personality. And that's Major League Baseball. That's why they struggle. They can't sell their sports. They don't have enough characters. You know, they don't get social media. They don't understand it at all. Baseball doesn't understand how to sell their sport. And that's kind of the key here. The NBA knows how to sell their sport. The NFL knows how to sell their sport. Soccer, all over the world, they are exceptional at selling their sport. So the OBL, for, of course, Tracy McGrady, that is one that can succeed. You know what I mean? But if it's going to succeed, you're going to have to do it the right way, and you're going to need guys that have some personality to all of this. That's the only way that you're going to have success and somehow get on TV and get people watching, because that's how they'll buy the guy's shirts or any kind of paraphernalia, because all of a sudden he's broken through as a character. That's your KSDT Sports Business Report.
This has been the KSDT Sports Business Report. KSDT CPA is one of South Florida's largest and one of the country's fastest growing accounting firms. KSDT is recognized by Forbes as one of the top tax and accounting firms for 2022. KSDT CPA is a full service firm that also excels in crypto. Visit online at ksdtcpa.com or call 305-670-3370.
All right. Appreciate all of you out there, as always, tuning in on a Saturday. You guys see Ricky Williams changed his name? Yes. Appearing on the Dan Lebitard show, Williams discussed how he changed his name to Eric Miron. First name isn't different. It's the 45-year-old's birth name, though he always went by Ricky. Last name, however, was taken from his wife, Linnea. I did it probably a year and a half ago, made it official. Something I've been thinking about, talking about. I finally went through the steps. I went to the Social Security office with my marriage certificate, and I went through the process. It was quick and easy. It felt meaningful, really meaningful. Williams, by the way, is in the business of astrology relationship app. which he started after taking an astrology relationship with his class with his wife. Williams said on the show that in every relationship you want to have some sort of balance. He mentioned his wife is an attorney, so she's a big shot around her friends, but he's famous. He's the famous one, so there's an imbalance when people sort of forget about her when he's around. But Williams discovered a way to create a balance in their relationship. One of the ideas that popped into my mind is I can take her last name. I think it's cool. It's somewhere where we can both win. He's such a space cadet. I know. The chic thing to say is he's so interesting, all that. Oh, give me a break, bro. Let me take her last name so she doesn't get lost in the shuffle. Dude, just talk about your wife. That's all. Remind people who she is so they don't forget about her, and, talk about how impressed you are with what she does. He's in the astrology business. Ah, yes. You gonna read some tarot cards there, Ricky? It's so interesting. He's such an interesting guy. He looks like a really cool guy. But he's a space cadet. That's all. He's not introspective and interesting and this and that and everything. He's a nice guy. A space cadet. Okay, that's it. Let me take her name so, people, it'll keep her more in the forefront. Oh, give me a break, dude. Well, how many joints did it take to convince yourself that that was the move? In the middle, the first time, one of those times where he was high was like, I was thinking maybe I should change my name. And, me and the wife can be at a better plutonic level if I take her name. That would be so cool. Then he straightens out for a couple of minutes. A couple weeks later, another bong hit. And all of a sudden, it pops into his mind again. I was thinking about it, man. I really should change my name. I don't know. How many bong rips does it take to change your name? We used to ask how many licks does it take to, finish out a Tootsie Roll lollipop. Well, how many bong rips does it take for you to change your last name to your wife's last name? Big O, will you watch Liverpool versus Real Madrid? Why not? I always watch a little international football, even though I'm not a Liverpool or a Real Madrid fan. But yeah, why not? Crazy, he's been hanging out with Lenny Kravitz again. Who, Ricky? Perfect. Lenny Kravitz looks like a really cool dude to hang out with, man. Sebastian says, thanks for coming on and giving us some entertainment on this Saturday. Let's go Heat, baby. Thank you. I felt compelled to do something after yesterday. Do I listen to Joe Rogan's podcast? Not religiously, but I catch it every once in a while on YouTube. I'll catch excerpts of it. That's what I'll do. But I don't listen to it religiously. No, not at all. But I will catch it on YouTube. I'll catch little pieces of it and things like that. That's kind of where it goes. Man of 1,005 volts, thank you for the love on the super chat. He says, shout out to the Heat Miracle medical staff. Yeah, and shout out to Jimmy Butler's cojones because he's got a pair, bro. That guy's a monster. Can't say enough about him. We're at 195, 5 more. Big O Show Cuts, our new YouTube channel. We need 5 more to get to 200. Okay, you've done pretty good. Getting it up to 195. I'm really proud. Thank you very much. I love it. 5 more. Get me 5 more. I want to see 200 on it. So that way we're 1/5 of the way to get to 1,000. That would inspire me. So search Big O Show Cuts. Separate all the words. Search it right there on YouTube. You're watching us on YouTube. Take a second. Leave us for a second. Go search for Big O Show Cuts and subscribe. 196. Landfound is the one that just subscribed. I just saw it now. Because it's actually, now I'm looking at it. See who's coming in on the 199. Whoa. It jumped up. Way to go. Look at that. I love it. We need one more. Who's going to be number 200? Who takes the honors of being 200? Stuck at 199 right now. Big O Show Cuts. The Dougie Fresh says, what takes more bong hits? Ordering the plastic Ono band box or getting Mike Tyson face tattoo? I'm going to go with the plastic Ono band box. Yeah, that would take it. That would take it. Yeah. The Mike Tyson tattoo, you might think you're a little crazy instead, So I'll go there. I was at 195, says Adam. Love your shows, Big O. Thank you, Adam. Appreciate you. Sebastian says done 197. Clip channel is an awesome idea. Yeah, it's kind of what we have to do in this new age. I'm living and learning, ladies and gentlemen. Obviously, I've been a radio guy my entire life. And so now moving to this new platform and this new way of doing things, it's all different. And I've got to adjust to everything that's going on, and I'm learning about it. You know what I mean? And that way we could try to provide all of you the best coverage possible. And that's why this channel, this new channel is very important to us. And it's important for us to get it over 1,000. And so that way we can broadcast live from it too also. So really, really important. So I appreciate all of you out there for helping us with the Big O Show Cuts channel, because that's very kind of you all. Let's see. 203. Yeah. Way to go. Nice job by you all. I love it. You got us to 203, man. Very nice. I just wanted to get to 200 just to feel like we're making some progress, And you got us to 203, man. That is very nice of you all. Thank you so much. How can you not take the Heat in any game after last night? Yeah. Here's the thing about tomorrow night. This is the best part about it all. Every ounce of pressure is on the Celtics. Everybody picked the Celtics anyways. Okay? A lot of us, I picked the Heat in 7. Now, did I think it was going to happen before last night? No, I didn't think so. I thought the Heat was going to get eliminated last night. I got to be honest. I told you guys that. And so now that you did the impossible and you won, and you convincingly won, it wasn't like you eked it out. No, you controlled most of that game. Okay? So that's impressive. So now this puts the doubt into the Celtics. By the way, my criticism of the Celtics now stands again. I thought I was going to be wrong, that they showed up finally in the Eastern, because they have yet to show up in the Eastern Conference. They get here, but they don't show up. If the Celtics lose tomorrow night, it's exactly what I keep telling you about the Celtics. Like, I am tired of hearing about the hype. Well, guess what? They've been hyped up. They're the better team, the deeper team. They've got more stars than Miami, that's for sure. Tatum and Brown, Miami does not have the equal to that. It's Jimmy and can't find anybody. I don't know if you saw him, but I can't find anybody next to Jimmy. So they have what they need to win. Everybody's picking the Celtics. They're not picking the Heat. All the pressure's on the Celtics. The Celtics are the ones that are supposed to go to the NBA Finals, not the Heat. Vegas says Celtics are better by 2.5 points, not the Heat. So if Miami loses tomorrow night, no one is going to act surprised except us in Heat Nation that we will be surprised, disappointed, pissed off, frustrated, all that stuff. Most of the other rest of the country and Vegas is going to say, well, we told you so. Boston was a better team. But if Boston loses, the Heat will get all the praise. They will be phenomenal. Most people will have egg on their face because the Heat won and most people picked the Celtics, right? And then the Celtics, they are going into this game with the mounting pressure that they never show up in this series. They fail every time they get here. They choke every time they get here. So do they add another episode, another chapter? Okay? Because we don't want to just chill to the next episode. No. So this will be another choking chapter to the Celtics. And so it goes with all the other choking chapters to the Celtics. It goes and it adds fuel to the fire that you've been hyping us up with this Celtic franchise for I don't know how many years it is now. 5, 7, 8 years, whatever the hell it's been. I don't know what the hell it is. It seems like it's forever that you've been telling me that Danny Ainge had 800 picks and that, the head coach was going to go to the Hall of Fame and that these players, they were going to be a dynasty and they were going to win all these championships, and they've never won one. They've never even gotten to a championship game. And so they always choke at this point. And I'm the guy going into this series. I picked the Heat in 7 because the Celtics are a bunch of chokers. And that's what I've said. I was messing with Sean and messing with Celtic fans. Like, have they been in the Eastern Conference Finals? Do they ever show up? When have they been here? And if you lose again tomorrow night, Celtic Nation, Celtic players, I'm going to continue to say, have the Celtics ever been in the Eastern Conference Finals? I'm sorry, I forgot because they don't show up. So they're the ones that are supposed to be the greatest since sliced bread. They're the ones that were supposed to win, not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, but, Brad Stevens is God. And Ime has done a much better job than Brad Stevens. They look like a tougher team than they did with Brad Stevens. They were really soft. But last night was a typical soft moment for this Celtic team. If you're so big and bad Celtics and you're Tatum and Brown and you're stars and you're home, well, what do stars do? They finish you out. But yet they couldn't finish you out. So why? Is that yellow streak showing up again for the Celtics? All the pressure is on the Celtics tomorrow night. When they walk on that court, they know. They're the ones that should have won. They know when they went to sleep last night, we effed up. They know. The question is, can Miami feed off of this for one more game and get to the NBA Finals? That's the question. Because if you wanted a jolt of confidence, well, here it is, dude. Here it is. Jimmy Butler put up a performance for the generations. You got the big win. Now you're going home. You fought all year to have home court advantage. This is why. Because you won Game 7 at home. And now it's all on the Celtics. And if you're the Heat, you have to be like a junkyard dog right now, licking your chops, and this is what you want badly. All the pressure is on the choking Celtics. Yep. All the pressure on the choking Celtics. The Heat aren't supposed to be here. They're blue collar. Jimmy's not really a superstar, right? They're all injured. They're just, lunch pail guys. They're not supposed to be here. So Heat's playing with house money. Celtics are playing with the gods, right? Because they're the anointed ones. They're the ones that are supposed to represent the Eastern Conference. They're the ones with the two young stars. Miami isn't. We'll find out. Pressure's on them. That's for damn sure. That's for damn sure. Telling you. It's coming, Celtics.
That's the boogeyman.
That's right. It's coming. It's coming. 855-912-1056. That's 855-912-1056. All right, let me see what we got here. All guts, DARP. We put out our nuts on the table, and they weren't ready for it. They expected us to fold, but when it was them, they folded like the lawn chair. Really think we snatched their hearts out last night. We're going to find out, Matthew. We're going to find out. If they lose tomorrow night, then they're the team I thought they were. If they win, well, then they have finally, I thought, and I gave them the props. Remember on Friday, at the beginning of the show, I said, hey, man, I just got to give the Celtics the props that they deserve. They're the better team right now. And, but they went back to being the Celtics again. Overrated. 204 now. Yeah, all right. Let's keep adding to Big O Show Cuts. Thank you. Please subscribe to our new YouTube channel. We need it. We need to get to 1,000 as soon as possible. Big O Show Cuts. You can find it on YouTube. All right. It's called Big O Radio Show Cuts, but if you put Big O Show Cuts separate each word, you're fine. You'll find it right away, and you'll be able to follow it. Por favor. We got stars on our team. Well, I think we got one star on our team. Not stars. I know it sucks. It's us against the world. No problem. Yeah, well, that's how it goes, man. Nothing wrong with that. All right. Anything else? By the way, Top Gun, Maverick. Anybody watch it last night? Obi-Wan Kenobi. Did I get any spy reports on this? Let me see if I see anything on the chat board. Let's see. Harold says, I've seen both. Obi-Wan was good, but Top Gun is amazing. It is so much better than the original. You will love it. Oh, wow. Everybody says that Top Gun Maverick is just absolutely awesome. I can't wait to see Top Gun Maverick. I'm looking forward to seeing it next week. KD listened to people rather than listening to himself, which was dumb. Probably. Man of 1,005 volts, you're probably right, dude. KD's a classic example of when keeping real goes wrong. Kyrie wears an aluminum foil hat at home. It's awesome. Love Reva on Obi-Wan. Okay, I guess she must be hot. She can inquisit me anytime. Okay, so we got a hottie on Obi-Wan. Okay, all right. I don't know who she is, but I'll soon find out who's Reva tonight. Chad says, Jimmy doing what he needed to do, just amazing to watch. Yeah, it was one of the greatest performances for a South Florida athlete of all time by Jimmy Butler, man. All right, folks. I told you I was going to do an hour starting at 12:10. It's 2:18. Yeah, you know me. I don't shut up. I can just continue talking. But we did 2 hours and 8 minutes for you instead of 1 hour. Appreciate all of you out there as always. Thanks to Michelle Kaufman for joining us, and and talking a little Inter Miami, which they take the pitch tonight at 8:00. We got a little Marlins baseball at 4:10. So all kinds of good stuff. So we thank Michelle. We thank all of you for tuning in. I might do something tomorrow, man. I might do something to preview the game tomorrow, so you never know. You know, some things might change a little bit this week. This is a special week, man. We got the Heat in action. You're not going to get live stuff every day locally. Nobody's going to do that. Nobody cares. We do. And so I feel it's just something that we need. So who knows? Maybe we'll set something up for tomorrow. Appreciate all of you out there as always. We will catch you on Monday. Same time, same place, same bad channel. But you never know. We could pop up tomorrow and do a little something. Y'all be good. Have a great Saturday. Be safe. Love, respect, defend each other, protect each other, protect Americans. Okay? We are one. We're not Democrats. We're not Republicans. We're not independents. We're the red, white, and blue. Please remember that. We have lost sight of that. It's not about choosing sides. It's about choosing America. Red, white, and blue, baby. So do that. I love you all.
This is the Big O Show. 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 This is the Big O Show.